Mm-hmm.
Welcome, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Shabbat morning and welcome to Open Door Shabbat, and especially to this service where we have so much to celebrate with our B'nai Mitzvah. We want to invite everybody to please download a copy of our service. It is specially put together for this morning. You go to the temple website, which is Beth Israel, all one word, bethisrael.org. There's a blue button that you can click on that says live stream services, and then select the PDF version of the slideshow for this morning, and you will be able to follow along with us. So that's bethisrael.org, live stream services, and you can grab a download of the service for this morning. We're going to begin with about the best song that you could begin a service with, Hinei Ma Tov, how good and how pleasant it is that all of us can be together.
So I invite Jake to join me at his podium as we sing this together, and I hope that you all will sing this at home with us as we enter this joyous space. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevetachim gam yachad. 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 Now repeat after me. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day.
Hinei
ma tov u'manayim
shevetachim
gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevetachim gam yachad.
How good it is.
Good it is.
How sweet it is.
Sweet it is.
To be
Together on this day.
How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevetachim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevetachim gam yachad. Each morning when we wake up, we receive two gifts. We receive the gift of the body that God has given us, and we receive a brand new soul that cannot wait to venture into the world and have its own new day. So fortunately, Dan Nichols has put these two blessings together, and we have these words for Asher Yatzar, where we thank God for all that is new to us today, and we take a moment to acknowledge exactly where we are. I thank you for my life, body and soul. Help me realize I am beautiful and whole. I'm perfect the way I am, and a little broken too. I will live each day as a gift I give to you. Join together with some woes. Whoa. A little bit louder.
Oh.
A little bit louder.
Oh.
One more time.
Oh.
Baruch Baruch atah Adonai. Rafecho basar umafli la'asot. Baruch atah Adonai. Rafecho basar umafli la'asot. Back to our woes.
Oh, 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 Baruch atah Adonai. Rafecho basar umafli la'asot. Baruch atah Adonai. Rafecho basar umafli la'asot.
Please rise for the Baruch. Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach. When the world was created, God made everything a little bit incomplete. Rather than making bread grow out of the earth, God made wheat grow so he might bake it into bread. Rather than making the earth of bricks, God made it out of clay so he might bake the clay into bricks. Why? So that we might become partners in completing the works of creation. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer Hamarot. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights.
I invite all of us to take a very deep breath in. I'll say that again with my microphone on. I invite all of us to take a very deep breath in and out. When we exhale on our next breath, we will do so with the words of our Shema. So we'll breathe in.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod, Huto, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod, Huto, Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. If you have been standing, I invite you to please be seated.
Love is such an important idea for us in prayer. We have all these lines of Torah that have been inserted in this space, reminding us how we show love to God. Eli will continue by chanting this first line of the Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha.
Here we are. Mi chamocha. Come on up, boys. Mi chamocha. Who is like you among the gods? Who? So with all the joy that we have been bringing to this service so far, I look forward to jamming out to a little Mi chamocha. Yai, lai, 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 Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehadar b'kodesh, nora tehilloto shefeleh, nora tehilloto shefeleh. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehadar b'kodesh, nora tehilloto shefeleh, nora tehilloto shefeleh. We have warmed up our bodies, we have warmed up our minds, we've warmed up our voices. So now we head into the standing part of our service, our Amidah, with these words, Adonai sifatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatacha. May we come to our prayer with honesty. May we come to our prayer with a full heart. And may we be sure to add a prayer from our hearts before our Amidah is complete. So at this time, I invite you to rise. Ananana sifatai tifta. Ananana ufi yagi tehilatecha. Ananana Adonai. Ananana sifatai tifta. Ananana ufi yagi tehilatecha. Ananana Adonai. Ananana sifatai tifta. Ananana ufi yagi tehilatecha. We take a few moments for silent prayer.
We have come now to the service for the reading of Torah, the most special part of our service. It is my privilege to invite Emily and Bob to come and open the Ark curtain and take a Torah from the Ark. Going over to the podium. It is also my privilege to invite Stacy and Sarah and Emery to come take a Torah from the Ark. Go stand over at the podium. Bob and Emily, your blessing to share.
Bless our boys, Jake and William, O God, with loving kindness. Although twins at birth, they have shown in their 13 years they are very different children who yet share a common and deep bond. You have blessed Jake with an appreciation of faith, music, and joy. You have blessed William with great humor, inquisitiveness, and natural leadership. We wish for them a future filled with empathy, decency, and strong and meaningful relationships. We also wish for them to follow the foundations of their faiths, notably Micah 6:8, do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with God. We look forward to them learning from the stories of the Torah and the stories of their heritage. We can't wait to see the young men they become and the impact they will have on their family and friends.
Amen. There you go. Okay. All right, Sarah. Stacy, got whatever you're going to say.
It's so fitting that Rabbi Levy's story last night was about names and how people's names are uniquely theirs. When Eli Lewis Johnson Bell entered our lives 3 weeks early, 13 years ago in February, the moms had not settled on a name. We knew that his middle name would be Lewis because we wanted to name him after my late grandmother Louise, but it wasn't until Eli was a day old that the moms agreed on a name after a lot of teasing from the nurses and lots of suggestions. The Hebrew meaning of Eli is ascension, and it fits Eli to a T. Eli, you lift others up. You lift up others around you, and you have from the moment you were born. Your love of singing and dancing, laughter, magic, and jokes brings joy to everyone around you. Hearing you singing the prayers and practicing Hebrew brought so much pride to Mommy and me that we were overwhelmed with love for you, Eli. Thank you for being your true, authentic, beautiful self. Our prayer for you is that you continue to lift up others, lifting up your own spirit in the process. Your love of Torah and Judaism is so strong, we can see it in the soulfulness of your songs today, that we hope and pray that you will continue learning and growing as a Jewish young man. Mommy, Emery, and our extended family and friends are so proud of you. If Grandpa were here today, he would be beaming. I wish that it wasn't a pandemic and everyone could be present, but know that they are here in spirit and everybody's watching on the interwebs, as Sarah Avner likes to call it.
Amen.
Amen.
Right, so you're going to, Eli gets the Torah? All right.
We continue with the singing of these words, Al Shalosha Devarim. The world stands on these three things, on Torah, on prayer, and on Gemilut Chasadim, acts of loving kindness. Al Shalosha Devarim. Al Shalosha Devarim Ha'olam Hamed. Al Shalosha Devarim Ha'olam Hamed. Al HaTorah ve'al Ha'avodah ve'al Gemilut Chasadim. Al HaTorah ve'al Ha'avodah ve'al Gemilut Chasadim. Al Shalosha Devarim. Al Shalosha Devarim Ha'olam Hamed. Al Shalosha Devarim. Al Shalosha Devarim Ha'olam Hamed. Al Shalosha Devarim.
So today we're going to read from the first few sentences, the first few verses from the book of Exodus, Shemot, for this Shabbat. If you are following the PDF copy of the slides for the morning, you'll be able to follow along the text as the boys read. So I'm going to call the boys up now by their Hebrew names all at once. Ya'amdu, 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 ha-bachurim ha-bar mitzvah, ha-b'nei mitzvah, Yaakov ben Reuven, v'Aharon ben Reuven, v'Eliyahu ben Sarah.
Adonai Hamorah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach leolam va'ed.
Adonai Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torah. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Umoshe haya roeh et son yitro hotno kohen midyan. V'inhag et hatson ehar hamidbar v'avo elhar Elohim horova. Vayera melech Adonai elav balabar esh metoch hasena vayera v'hinei hazneh boer ba'esh v'hazneh enenu ukal.
Yeah.
Come here. Okay, here. Jacob, we're gonna sing.
No.
Ready?
Eh.
Vayomer Moshe
I shall
et
I share Madura Ifal I shall Adonai shall Ut Ayakra I love Mito Hashim Vayom Moshe
Vayomer al tikrav halom shalnei elecha me'al raglecha ki hamakom asher ata omed alav admat kodesh hu. Vayomer Anohi Elohe Avika Elohe Abraham Elohe Yitzchak Velohe Yaakov Vayaster Moshe Panav Kiare Mehabit Elha Elohim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam atah b'yotenu asher
Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. So as our Torahs are replaced to their beginning spots, we'll continue with the singing of Tree of Life. Eitz Chaim Hilam HaChazikim Avtomchecha Nehusha Eitz Chaim Hilam HaChazikim Avtomchecha Meushar. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom,
Shalom.
shalom, shalom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom.
My Torah portion is known as names, or Shemot. In my Torah portion, Moses goes to the mountain of God. An angel appears before him in a burning bush, while the bush itself is not on fire. There are a couple of things you can learn from this Torah portion. First, people and God have many names. You have the names you are given and the names you choose to be given. For example, I like to be called William rather than Austin. Second, miracles can be big or little. They can be big, like Captain Sully landing a plane on the Hudson or Apollo 13 landing safely on Earth, which are two of my favorite stories. Big miracles grab our attention and are hard to miss. Miracles can also be little, like our dog Piper bringing us joy, or Jake, Eli, and I completing our bar mitzvah during a pandemic. The little miracles, like the burning bush, can be harder to spot. In fact, some rabbis have asked why God chose a burning bush, a very small miracle, to get Moses' attention. The answer, they say, is that it was a test. God wanted to see if Moses could pay attention and find the small miracles, like a burning bush. Everyone should look for the names they want to be called and the little miracles that happen every day.
Moses was a prophet or said to get in if I am learn about prophet at temple. I like the same bus with Sarah Mono when she buys Parental. I sing like sing people about time. I was Shabbat, which is week.
When God calls out to Moses from the burning bush in today's Torah portion, which is called Shemot, God calls, Moses, Moses, and Moses answers with the Hebrew word Hanani. Hanani means here I am. God then tells Moses to take off his shoes because he is in a holy, special place. Congregation Beth Israel is a holy or special place to me because not everyone gets to share their religion like I do. When I go to the temple, I feel special because everyone feels like family here. When we pray, we're all in the same room together, and that is special too. Not everyone has a place like this to go to like I do. I feel happy when I am here. I also feel honored to be here. The temple even has a certain smell that I know so well. And when I walk through the door of this place, I find myself smiling. Hanani means here I am. And when I am here, I am happy.
Beautiful job. I at this time invite Eli and Jake and William to join their parents and have a seat with them in the congregation. To move to the middle and borrow Rabbi Fulberg's stand so I can be close and seeing you, your faces. Deep breaths. You have done it. You have been called to the Torah as B'nai Mitzvah. I would like to begin this morning by saying it has been a true privilege to be able to be a part of all of your lives, to be one of your teachers, to get to be in conversation with your parents since you began attending religious school in kindergarten, which might feel like a very long time for all of you, but for the adults in this room, it feels like yesterday. This morning, we sang one of my favorite versions of what combines two of my favorite morning blessings. Words we're supposed to say every single morning when we wake up. Dan Nichols' version of the blessing for our bodies, Asher Yatzar, also takes some ideas from the blessing that follows it, Elohai Neshama, when we say, thank you for our souls being returned to us new. I thank you for my life, body and soul. Help me realize I am beautiful and whole. I'm perfect the way I am, and a little broken too. I will live each day as a gift I give to you. Jake knows the words, he's singing along. While these words stay the same every time we sing them, the lines that I connect to change every time I sing them. But this morning, I'm perfect the way I am and a little broken too is just ringing in my ears. I've been thinking about this idea that you, Eli, and Jake, and William, and all of their parents, and everyone in this space have all been made B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. Keeping that in mind, it is so interesting to me that as one of God's creations, which maybe we think if God created it, it must be perfect. It must have no errors in it at all, but that we are all a little broken too. I invite all of us to acknowledge and honor ourselves for exactly who we are. As a wise teacher once taught, God does not expect us to be like Moses. God expects you to be the very best William, Jake, and Eli you can be. William, thank you for your strong sense of self, for being considerate, and most of all, kind. I know that being behind a microphone and the center of attention today was not easy for you. You are my go-to back of the house guy, but you did it. I hope you know that your achievements today, I need both pages, that your achievements today mean that you can do things that are hard, that take practice and determination. When you come across stumbling blocks anywhere else in your life, I hope you will look back on today and say, I did that, so that I can do this too. Jake, thank you for being present every time you are in our spaces. When you read Torah this morning, you so very apropos read, Hineni, here I am. This describes you, Jake. You are here with joy, compassion, and love for Shabbat and this place. I pray that you never lose this enthusiasm for your Judaism, and that we get to keep praying and singing together for the years to come. And last night, when you ran up and sang Osa Shalom, it completely and totally melted my heart. Thank you. It was perfect. Eli, I remember when we celebrated your sister, Emery. I saw you sitting with your moms, looking up at your big sister. Maybe you were thinking, I'm so proud of her. Maybe you were thinking, I can't wait for that to be me one day. Or maybe you were thinking, I won't ever be able to do that. Or maybe you were dreaming about lunch. We will never know. It's a long service. I suspect we might never know, but we are here today celebrating you, and you did it. You. Thank you. Oh. For taking your studies seriously, and for the humility you have brought to this morning. I'm a sympathy crier. I know that this place is important to you, and I know that leading prayers with intention was important to you today. So thank you for gifting your entire community with this. Boys, thank you for bringing the most imperfect yet so perfect versions of yourselves into this space, both last night and this morning. Your teachers are proud of you. Your Greater Temple community is proud of you. May you live every single day knowing that the world is a better place because you are in it. I can't look at Eli. So at this time, it is with great pleasure that I'd like to invite Bob and Emily and Jake and William to their podium. And Sarah and Stacy and Eli to their podium. Parents, place your hands on your children. And as you read from Torah today, we will bless you with these ancient words from our Torah. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yahir Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God light up your life and be kind to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God help you to find peace in a world of justice and safety and healing and equality and peace for all who dwell on earth. And together we say, Amen.
Amen.
At this moment, we now pause to think of our loved ones who perhaps we wanted to have here with us today, those who we lost in recent days, those whose yahrzeits we commemorate on this Shabbat, as well as those who remain in our hearts at all times. On this Shabbat, in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of remembrance, we call to mind Lupe Garcia, mother of Gloria and Mimi, mother-in-law of Andrew and Ken, grandmother of Ben, Molly, Catherine, and Jonathan. Salma Mayer, mother of Max, Meredith, Thomas, and Claire, grandmother of Ida, Zelda, Rebecca, Daniel, Emily, and Adam, great-grandmother of Declan and Mary. William J. Goodman, cousin of Marcia Wilson. Joan Sierra, mother of Ted and Nick, mother-in-law of Carly, grandmother of Cameron and Devin. Colleen Roche, sister of Julie Engel, and Bruce Goldman, father of Sandra Goldman, father-in-law of Rabbi Steve Folberg, and grandfather of Shira Folberg. As well, we call to mind those whose yahrzeits, the anniversary of their death, fall on this Shabbat. Martin E. Abel, Ann Kramer Anson, Lynn Arbitier, Fishel Askenaz, Reuben Askenaz, Carmi Blum, Joy Boydston, Isidore Cohen, Elizabeth D. Cohen, Beth Ann Cohen, Etta Cohn, Ludmilla de la Pedraja, Sam Dochin, Jack Feldman, Rabbi Louis Feierstein, Rose Golub, Marcus Krichanik, Henry Hirschfeld, Louis Hoffman, Helen Jacobs, Albert Casper, Dorothy Levy Katz, Justine Cohen, Sam Lamarca, John Landa, Beth Liechtenstein, Meyer Lobsons, Fritz Meyer, Molly Teitelbaum Moser, Haskell H. Muntz, Laser Murov, James Polanski, Lloyd Robertson, Jules Romano, Maddie Schumann, Edna Schwartz, Sybil Seidel, Hyman Yell Schwiff, Edna Swedlow, Edward Weinhofer, Edward Weisenfeld, Jeannie Solka Weitzman, Sylvia Wolf, and all of those whose memories are a blessing to us. At this time, we turn to the words of Kaddish, and I invite those who are able to rise as we join together with one voice. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala uvizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'rechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. As together we say, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. Please be seated, everyone. So at this time in our B'nai Mitzvah celebration, we would have a member of our Board of Trustees here to present a few gifts to our B'nai Mitzvah as we celebrate them as members of our community and our congregation. And this morning, we have a voice recording of one of our members of the Board of Trustees, Fabi Lavi, who is going to share a few words of excitement with the boys.
Jake, William, and Eli. Mazal Tov, you've led services beautifully and reached the milestone of your B'nai Mitzvah. The Board of Directors, Brotherhood, and Sisterhood would like to give you these gifts and let you know that as a community, Congregation Beth Israel is super, super proud of the hard work that you all have put into making this day great.
William? So Mazel Tov to all three of you. We're so excited and proud of all that you've accomplished here today, and we're so grateful for your leadership.
We are.
And we are grateful to reach this moment together. It's a beautiful thing, and you know what? In the Reform movement, we like to do Shehechianu. But in this moment, it's very, very appropriate as we thank God for giving us this moment together. We'll join together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.